Halloween 2024. A lot of people around the world were getting scared watching ghost stories. A lot of people around the world were getting scared watching Nightmare on Elm Street. But you know what? Habs fans, we don't need any of that shit. We've been getting 82 horror movies a season lately. If you feel like getting scared, you can just sit back and watch the boys play in their own zone for a little bit. Last night, the Habs were in Washington. They were looking for a chance to redeem themselves. But before we get into that, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Miraj Trading, where it seems like every man's goal right now is to test their luck with a box of these bad boys right here. I want one. Do you want one? Well, here's how you make it happen. Step 1, lock yourself in the bathroom so the wife can't see what you're doing. Step 2, visit MirajTrading.com to make your purchase. And step 3, most importantly, don't forget to type Hockey Junkie in the notes section of your order, and the boys over at Miraj will send you an extra little something just for you. Habs, Caps, the puck is dropped, and 2 of these goaltenders, Charlie Lindgren and Caden Primo, they had it really easy during the first period. The shots on goal was like 7-6 in favor of Washington. No goals were scored. However, Mr. Tom Wilson was the most noticeable player on the ice out there. He was running around like a dog with 2 dinks. He took a pretty good run at Lane Hudson during a delayed penalty, which is always going to cause a stir. But if you're a Caps fan, this is exactly what you want to see from Tom Wilson. That's how he's got to play. But now we're going to move on to the second period, which had much more excitement. Right off the hop, Caden Gooley picks up a 2-minute minor for holding, and this game's about to bust wide open. Look who it is. Tom Wilson with the tip. Hey, not only is he a bit of an asshole, but he's a bit of a goal scorer as well. That's going to put the Caps up by 1. A few minutes later, here we go again. The Caps are going to score a beautiful shorthanded goal by Protas or Protos, that big kid with a StarCraft race for a name. Marty looks visibly frustrated, but then something a little crazy happens. He gets tipped off, and it turns out we got no goal. This play was offsides. Look at that guy. He's absolutely loving it. And right after winning the coach's challenge, the boys, they look like they got some life in him. Caulfield scores his 10th goal of the season to tie it all up at 1, and not even a minute later, Brendan Gallagher puts the Habs on top when he gets a piece of this shot right here from Lane Hudson. Now it's a 2-1 game, but we're not done yet. Brandon Duhaime ties the game up at 2 right here. Jacob Verana is going to get a beautiful pass from Christian Dvorak to put the Caps back on top. Reminds me, if you're ever looking for Christian, he's in his office, okay? Well, you little... Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. Caden Primo makes some ridiculous saves before the end of the period, and with just 2 minutes left to go, Nick Suzuki ties it all up at 3. That's 6 goals in just 20 minutes of play. 7, including the one that didn't count from StarCraft. Now we're going to move on to the third period, where one team continues to score goals while the other just sits back and looks like a steaming pile of Christian Dvorak. Hey, look at you. He's back in the office. Tape to tape with the enemy once again, but this time Primo bails him out. Now 5 minutes into the period is where the Caps begin having fun. McMichael's going to score to put them up by 1. Now if we move on to the very next shift, StarCraft's going to get 1. It felt like it was pretty much inevitable at this point. He banks it in off of Strubal's stick. Blah. Blah. Alexander Ovechkin is going to make it 6-3. I'm kind of shocked Ovi didn't shatter Gretzky's record last night. Wayne was probably sitting at home kind of nervous about it, but 6-3 is going to be your final score of the game. Now, Tom Wilson does kind of clip Caden Gooley near the end of the period. And Gooley, of course, just coming back from an injury that was kind of scary. But we got to give credit to Josh Anderson. Not only did he get the mitts off quickly, but when he got a hold of Tom Wilson, man, he beats the wheels off. And it was glorious. But the score, yeah, not so glorious. The Montreal Canadiens had 16 shots on goal last night. The Caps were given way too many high danger scoring chances once again, and what do you know? The Habs blue line was still a mess. But believe it or not, there was a couple of bright spots. I want to end this video on a good note. Lane Hudson picked up 2 assists last night. That's pretty good. Cole Caulfield is leading the league in goals right now, alongside Nico Hischier, of course, who played 2 more games than Caulfield. That's pretty impressive. And Kirby Dach, we can't forget about him. He's played 11 games now, and he's still able to move his extremities. I'm impressed. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Please let me know your thoughts on this one. If you're still watching, I can't believe it. You must enjoy misery as much as I do. Don't forget to poke that like button right in the eyes before you leave here. And hey, I'll see you next time. And hopefully next time we can be a little more happy. Come on.